From seasoned explorers to first-time trekkers, For Every Adventure is your outdoor guide. Welcome to the For Every Adventure podcast, proudly brought to you by Outdoor Warehouse. And hi, Kyle, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm good, and you?
I'm great, thanks.
Fantastic. Excited for today's episode. It's all about hiking, and our guest is Francois Jansen Van Vuuren.
Yes, all about hiking. And I believe he's been to the Drakensberg recently.
Very recently. I think he just came back, but we'll find out exactly when he was there, because if he was there recently, it's quite cold in South Africa at the moment, huh?
Listen, Cape Town's freezing, so I don't know what it must feel like up there in the Drakensberg.
I can't wait to hear some of the stories that Francois is going to tell us. We're going to climb into a bunch of topics today. Hike, prepping, camping life. There's going to be some weather and wildlife and all those what-ifs that happen when you're outside. Meals on the move, etc., etc. So it's going to be a fun one. Let's climb in.
Adventure enthusiasts, we've got a thrilling chance for you to win a 500 Rand Outdoor Warehouse gift voucher. Simply listen to this episode of For Every Adventure. Find the answer to the question in the description and DM us your answer on our social media channels. It's that easy. And don't forget to check out future episodes of For Every Adventure for even more chances to win big. Outdoor Warehouse, for every adventure.
The For Every Adventure podcast, and as mentioned, today we have Francois Jansen Van Vuuren. How are you, Francois?
Good, and you?
Good, thanks. Excited to chat to you today. I think first off, Francois, you just came from a hike in the Drakensberg. Did it go well? You okay? You warm?
Yes, no, it was good. The Friday and Saturday was quite cold. There was snow on the peaks and stuff, so we did reach some minus temperatures, but we all alive and well.
Okay, so when did you arrive back?
We arrived back on Monday morning.
Okay, so that's like 4 days ago from where we're recording today. We're recording this episode on a Friday. So you're the hiking man, and I can't wait to find out more about this topic. I think of the outdoor activities that I do enjoy, hiking is probably the thing that I've done the most. I'm not saying I'm a very experienced hiker.
Kyle's an avid hiker.
But I have hiked, and I do enjoy it. It is my favorite activity. There's a certain calmness that comes to it. That's part of it that I really enjoy.
That's true.
Yeah. Chanel, you're quite proficient in the art of hiking.
I enjoy hiking. I'm just, like I hike for fun, nothing else.
Okay.
Like I don't take it that seriously.
Yeah.
But Francois, how about you? Can you tell us a bit about your experience and how did you start being such an adventurer?
I think it started from a small age growing up on a farm.
Okay.
And then obviously I moved to Joburg, so the adventure got to the backbone of the life.
Okay.
But I must say about 3 years ago now, I went to the doctor. I first initially thought I had COVID because of oxygen levels in your blood and all of that. So she actually told me, no, it's your smoking. So I had to stop smoking. And yes. And then the only thing, I didn't like joining a gym because even though they say summer bodies is made in winter, the gyms get too busy. So I thought, let me go back to something I enjoyed doing, and that was hiking and spending time in the outdoors. Then, yes, I enjoy hiking in the Drakensberg. It's 4 hours from Joburg. It depends where you go. So that's where I spend most of my times these days.
So, Francois, do you remember the first hike you took?
The first hike, I would say, is my solo hike. That was in the Drakensberg. So, obviously, after many day hikes, your next adventure will be to do an overnight hike. And I spent it at Kief Bush Camp. So, the hike goes from Monkskuil to Kief Bush Camp in just by Drakensberg. So, I remember you pack your backpack and everything, and I ended up weighing my backpack, and it was like 25 kgs. You scared you didn't pack enough food. I remember packing like 4 lights.
Okay,
so
lights are sorted.
Yes, so, and food, because you're scared, okay, what's going to happen? You're not going to have enough food and all of that. But now, these days, I'm sitting around about 12 kgs for 2 days. So quite an
That's not too bad.
improvement.
But you do learn from your mistakes in every aspect of life, but especially I think with outdoors, you learn maybe the lessons a bit more harshly. So now that you've sort of figured out the best way to pack, that has a lot to do with prep. Do you have a certain process you follow when you prep?
So with me, I still use a checklist. I did improve my checklist a bit. The standard checklist you have, but I improved mine a bit, and then just I laminated the page. So even still today, if I pack, I still tick off everything just to make sure I have everything. And then stuff sacks, oh my word, that is like the best thing ever. So you just put your stuff sacks in the backpack and you're organized.
There we go.
Okay. Are you like that overall in life? Are you a planner that sort of ticks off things and laminates, Francois? Or is this only when you camp or when you hike?
No, that's in general.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm actually a perfectionist. So when it comes to everything, I'm quite planning a hike. And if it doesn't go to plan, I get a bit short-tempered. So.
Oh, okay. I was going to ask if you leave room for the go with the flow, maybe like 70% prep and then a 30% left for maybe just letting things happen and going with the flow. But that's not for you, huh?
I would say yes, there's certain aspects, but when it comes to like safety and all of that, I will always make sure I have a day's extra food, or if my friends hike with me, I have the first aid kit and make sure there's a panado extra and all of that in.
Yes,
but certain things I go with the flow and certain things I plan to the T.
And I mean, there's always that element of the unexpected anyway. So the better you plan, the better you deal with that unexpected thing.
Could be true, yeah.
So, Francois, let's talk about the gear in your backpack. Like, what's in your backpack? Tell us about it. Does it depend on the trail you go on, or is it mostly the same?
It depends on the trail, but I would say 95% of the time it's exactly the same. First thing I will have is a satellite communicator. My mom said I'm not allowed to hike again unless I have a satellite communicator and she can track me. Because with my first hike, she actually phoned Mountain Rescue to say I'm not responding to her WhatsApp. So
I
now
like your mom.
Mom knows best. Mom knows best.
She can get a bit panicky, but now she's fine. She can track me live and all of that. Send a message just to say I'm safe. And then from there, I would say my sleeping system and the tent. If I have those things in place, you sort it. And then, from there, it's your small little flashlight, the tent light, enough food. My hip pockets is always full of snacks. But that's the main gear I will have. And then obviously for winter, it's a good jacket to keep you warm.
All right. So you mentioned the first overnight hike you did. You obviously had to camp a bit. So let's jump into the camping life and, setting up a camp and making the most of the outdoors in that situation. So when it comes to camping, what's your ideal setup? Are you a minimalist or do you go for comfort?
I would say in between, but with today's gear and stuff, you can be a minimalist and also sleep comfortable. For me, I have a sleeping mattress. So we also look at the R value of a sleeping mattress. So mine is a R value of 4.5, so you can sleep in cold, so you don't feel the cold coming through from the ground to your body.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you have one of those little thin mattresses and you feel the cold coming through, that means your R value is very low. So that's when you put like a sponge underneath your sleeping mattress just to stop the cold from coming up. From there, I would say I have 2 sleeping bags, one for summer, one for winter. So winter, obviously, you're going to carry much more on weight. And then a liner for my sleeping bag. That's just for extra warmth, but also to keep your sleeping bag clean. I mean, to wash a down sleeping bag is quite a mission, but we mastered that part. and then just a nice pillow.
I didn't even know you get liners for the sleeping bag, but that's a great idea.
Yeah, no, you even get silk ones these days.
Okay, sure, that's amazing. So, in the Drakensberg, like obviously you're in your winter sleeping bag, right?
Yes.
Okay, and how thick is that? Do you know what the down level is?
Yeah, so there's different brands. Different brands have different ratings and stuff. But I normally, for the Drakensberg, especially winter, obviously will check the weather before you go hike. But I look at the comfort level on the sleeping bag. I would say I would start at -4 on a comfort level.
Sounds comfortable. A toasty -4.
Yes.
So, Francois, when you do an overnight hike, how do you choose a spot to camp? What are things you're looking for?
Okay, so with a camping spot, I will check for a nice even surface. I have been on a few hikes where you ran out of daylight and you have to pitch your tent where you are. So it's not comfortable to always sleep on an uphill or downhill. So just a nice flat surface. Also to check that there is no sticks and stuff that can puncture your sleeping mattress. And then, don't sleep downhill. You will wake up with a headache.
Oh, okay.
Is it possible to pre-plan a camping spot?
Yes, so at Outdoor Warehouse, you can buy nice maps from the Drakensberg and obviously with the contour lines. But I always just look, so there is dedicated spots in the Drakensberg where you can sleep, like Keith Bush Camp. If you hike to the tallest waterfall in the world now, it's Tugela Falls. It's quite flat, but if you do more remote hikes, it can get a bit uneven. But there is spots you can just check to see where it's level and all of that.
Okay. And when you arrive at camp, you now at your spot, what is the first thing you do? Do you have a routine?
I would say just have a breather. I normally just like to sit down, have a breathe, take in the moment and all of that.
You don't smoke anymore, so is it a snack or like a coffee or something?
A Super C. That is
Super C.
Yes, that's a thing that needs to be in all the backpacks.
Okay.
And then I will just look at the area. Where's my water source? Obviously, you're not at home, so you have to look at where your bathroom is going to be. So all of that, especially when my friends hike with me, you're a mixture between male and female. So obviously just to split that up. But I like helping my friends set up. And so I'm normally the last one to set up my tent.
That's very nice. You sound like the guy everyone wants to go hiking with and camping with.
Yeah, well...
What do you think makes a camping trip truly memorable? Is it the location or perhaps the people, right?
Yes, I would say it's the whole journey, especially with my friends and stuff. I still remember the first time I took them to the Drakensberg. It's like, I saw it on YouTube, but I didn't know it was this big, or you hike against peaks and it's this, or it's for me, it's that journey, and also to showcase the outdoors to my friends and family and new people that want to experience it.
Okay. And when you choose that hike or that trail, do you go for something that's a bit challenging, or is it about the views for you, or what exactly draws you to a certain trail?
So many of the trails I've done multiple times. I like to see each trail in each season. That also helps you to plan if you're doing in a winter hike. Obviously, your water sources start freezing up with the snow. Flowing rivers gets dried up. So to hike each season, it's something different. Challenging hikes, I sometimes do alone. I don't always invite friends. I don't want to scare them off hiking.
Okay.
But I think it's for me just that view and to see everyone's faces and just to get out of the city a bit.
Okay, we've mentioned a few products you can take with you on a camping trip. We've talked about tents. You can take a nice compact chair and a few stretchers, maybe lightweight mattresses we've talked about, or your preference when it comes to that. But also lights. That's the one thing the first camping trip I went to, I didn't bring any lights with me. So that's also something you can maybe consider, like a solar lantern, right?
Yes. Well, most of my lights is now Type C. So
Okay.
especially if you're taking videos and everything, my phone is a Type C charger as well. So I have a power bank with a small solar panel that's 10 watt.
Oh, good.
So for me, it's just what products can I use that have multiple purposes? So all of my gear, like lights, tent lights, cell phone, all of that's Type C. So I have one power bank, one cable. So if there's a must to charge something, you can just charge it. So for me, it's a headlamp, especially just to walk around at night or if something happens, and then just a tent light. So if there's an emergency, you still have your headlamp to evacuate.
So you went from 4 lights in the beginning to 2, down to 2.
Yeah, well, sometimes if it's only overnight, I only take my headlamp.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. I think, Francois, tell us about a time when you went hiking and it didn't particularly go as planned. Maybe the weather, you had bad weather or something like that on a hike. Has that happened to you?
Yeah, the first snowfall now that we had, I did plan everything, warm clothes, everything. And arriving at the starting point, you trust the weather app and the wind's blowing like 70 kilometers per hour. And I'm like, no, not today.
Oh, my word, really?
Yes. I think a lot of people want to experience snow and go hike and stuff, but it's actually so difficult to plan according to the weather and being up there. It changes so fast. The Drakensberg is known for Cape Town as well. You can hike in summer, especially April, and you get all 4 seasons in one day, from hail, sunshine. So your planning is quite important when you want to go hike.
That probably feeds into the next question I wanted to ask you is what do you do? How do you stay safe and dry when the conditions turn?
Yeah, well, summer is now rainy season, hail, you have thunderstorms and all of that. So I plan according to what the weather is saying. So if it's a little rain, well, I did do a hike and where the app is actually saying, no, it's 1 mil of rain. And we set up camp and it was actually, it was coming down like in forces of rain. But yeah, you always prepared. Summer, even if it's showing sunshine, you always have a rain jacket with you. And then like now for winter, I re-waterproof my fly sheet of the tent. So that's one of the Nixwax products you can get at Outdoor Warehouse. So each winter, I just re-waterproof my tent. So when summer comes, you're prepared for the summer rains again.
All right. And do you have any other advice to keep yourself and your gear dry if that happens?
Well, I will say for a backpack, especially if you start hiking and it rains, to have a good rain cover as well. It's waterproof. I anyway just waterproof it again when I clean it. A good rain jacket and then stuff sacks again. That's my favorite item to have.
What is the stuff sacks? I wanted to ask you earlier, but what is that?
That's just a normal bag. It has like a clip on top, and then you stuff all your stuff in there. That's why it's called the stuff sack.
Stuff sack.
It's a sack you stuff stuff into.
Yeah, so electronics, you get different sizes. So it goes as per liters. So you get, I think it starts at 3 liters, 5 liters. The Sea to Summit ones, I have like little windows. So you can actually see what's in the stuff sack.
That helps. Okay.
And it's waterproof. So if you have electronics or especially your clothes for nighttime or your pajamas, put it in stuff sacks and everything is dry. And then you obviously have your rain cover for your backpack as well.
Do you have any moments where you went, uh-oh, this is not good?
Yeah, it was my hike I planned. It would have been a solo hike, and my friend said, "No, you're not doing this alone."
All right.
So we hiked from Tedima, so that's Cathedral Peak side, all the way to Monkskull, so that's about 50 kilometers. And on day 2, so in summer the berg gets quite overgrown. So on day 2, we're busy hiking, and I planned the route, how we're going to walk and everything. And yeah, by 2 o'clock, it felt like we're still far. So obviously you start panicking and stuff. And I'm like, we're not going to make this 5 days. So that was one of the nights where we actually had to camp somewhere else and not at the planned campsite.
Okay.
So
So how many kilometers per day?
So day 1 was about 6 kilometers. It sounds short, but you climb a lot. So
I
that's
suppose
6.
it's the terrain, yeah.
Yeah, so 6 kilometers. I think we hiked about 6 hours that day. And then day 2, day 3 is 15 kilometers, but it's quite flat. So that goes quite fast. But obviously, you have nice rivers to swim in, and you don't look at the time. So you get
Oh, I see.
pressed for
Okay.
time. Yes, but yeah, I think a lot of the times people don't think about it 6 kilometers or a trail is 10 kilometers, but I don't think about the elevation gains and stuff. So that takes time.
Let's chat about eating on the trail, having some snacks and some food ready. You've already mentioned that the Super Cs are absolutely essential. Is there any other fuel of choice for a long trail?
You're actually going to laugh at me now, but I don't know if you know the product, but it's baby food and it's called Squish.
I do know that very well, unfortunately.
You've just tapped into Kyle's life at the moment.
Yeah. I am a bit triggered, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, so I buy the strawberry and banana one. So it's high in carbs, high in sugar.
Have you tried the muesli one?
Oh no, I don't think. I think the limit for me is just the banana and strawberry one.
Okay.
But just to get your sugar up to I have low blood pressure, so I always have something sugary in my backpack. But I normally eat it like with a breakfast bar, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, just to stabilize your energy levels and stuff. It is high in sugar. I don't know why they made it for babies with so much sugar, but for hiking, that's one of my things.
Okay.
And then you get the small pouches of peanut butter. That's also amazing to have just to snack on.
It seems that my toddler and you do have the same taste in food. But it does make sense.
And then for like a meal with protein, what do you pack to look forward to?
Okay, so for lunch, it varies. It depends on the trail. If it's overnight, I don't mind packing a bit heavier. But for lunch, you get, I think it's Sasko Sam. I don't know. There's so many bread products on the market. But you get those little square breads. You can also make like braaibroodjies with it.
Go.
And then just a packet of tuna. You can get them at Checkers, Woolies. All of them have it now. So I will have that as a lunch.
Okay.
And then dinner, because I don't like a lot of planning with like a diet plan or something.
Okay.
I just get a dehydrated meal from Outdoor Warehouse. They have different brands, so it depends how I feel on flavor, if I want spicy or just normal. And it's also lightweight, so you just add your hot water in, let it sit for, it depends on the brand, let's say between 15 to 20 minutes, and you have a warm meal ready.
Okay. Now, this might be a bit of a throwback to our previous episode, but you mentioned braaibroodjies. Francois, it's chutney or gladney, right?
Yes.
There we go.
There needs to be chutney on the braaibroodjie.
Okay, back to the actual interview. How do you keep things eco-friendly when it comes to the food you bring? Because it comes in packets and you obviously can't leave it there. You can't leave any footprints.
No, so I'm quite, my friends know me by now, so I'm quite strict on leave no trace. So everything you pack in, it comes out. So if you want to pack 6 cans of tuna and it's that heavy, you're going to bring that tuna cans back. That's the same with bathroom. I still say you pack your toilet paper in a Ziploc bag and then bring it out. That's how it's overseas. And I think in South Africa, we need to start being more strict on that. I've been in some of the more popular trails in the Drakensberg, and especially after a long, busy weekend, there's lots of evidence that people have been there. But with me, that's why I like a dehydrated meal or something. If I pack it and it's, the plastic is lightweight or anything like that, then if I pack it out, I'm not going to carry 5 kg of plastics back. And then I pack everything in a Ziploc bag. So the Ziploc bag becomes my garbage bag, if I can call it that.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. And when it comes to the tuna, you don't open the can when you're in a tent with another person, right?
No, that's their problem. But that's that's why I sleep alone in my tent. But you get flavored tuna, so it doesn't stink anymore.
Oh, okay.
Do you have like a favorite, maybe like a compact stove or any of the products that you can't go without that you can tell us about?
So I've owned a lot of stoves, trying to fit into my pot. I started with a big one with the little tube on the side. And then when I started to upgrade my gear, I'm like, okay, I'm going to go ultra light and minimal now. So my little stove is a fire maple stove. It weighs about 67 grams. And then yes.
Goodness me, okay.
And then also it's a 100-gram gas bottle or gas canister. There's a few on the market now. So, and then I just refill my gas bottle at home after each trip when it's empty. So that also minimizes my environmental impacts. I don't go and buy a new bottle the whole time. I just regas it at home.
Okay. That makes sense.
That's good to know, yeah.
So let's talk about your best experience outdoors and your worst experience outdoors.
Yeah, there's so many experiences that were good, but I think if I need to start at the worst one, it will be hiking in wet socks.
Oh no.
So I normally pack gaiters in, but when season change, especially between summer and winter, you get those water droplets on the grass and stuff. So you hike and you don't actually realize this water drops is running down your legs. So hiking in wet shoes and socks for about 20 kilometers is not fun.
That sounds horrible. Okay.
And then your feet looks like an old person's feet, especially like you were in the bar for a few hours. But and then I think my best experience is just reaching, I won't say a summit, but just your destination. It was like with Tugela Falls. I've done it multiple times, and it was just that first moment you hike to that waterfall and it's finally flowing. Like now it's snow, so it's still flowing, but just that force, that waterfall and the greenery, and it's just something else.
Sounds amazing.
And when it comes to your gear, have you ever had any malfunctions, any mishaps that put you in a peculiar situation outdoors?
Yeah, well, you get your sleeping mattress that gets a puncture, so you you get waken up and your hip is sore in your shoulder, and then you realize your sleeping mattress has a puncture. But I think that's also human error, and then your gas stove stops working. So there's a lot of things that can go wrong.
Yeah.
But I think when you hike with friends, we share our gear and all of that. And then, always make sure you have duct tape with you to patch that sleeping mattress.
Okay. What has been your most difficult or most challenging hike?
I would say it's the one I've done from the Dima on Cathedral side all the way to Monkskull. I think you so used to your phone being on, you can chat to your parents. I'm very close to my parents and just send a message, listen, what you're doing, or I'm doing this, or I'm here. And when you're in the Drakensberg with signal that's very limited, I think that caught me a bit. That was 5 days. So you get on day 4 where it's like, even if you were friends, there's certain things you miss. So, I did post a video on social media where I was actually crying. You were just in that moment. But I think I think it's difficult. You think you can do 5 or 10 days, and when you're actually in the wild and you have no communication or anything, it does get a bit difficult.
It's a different story, sure.
Yes.
But I think it's valuable because I think in those moments you learn a lot about yourself and you're sort of reminded of what's important to you. So it's like a nice cleansing of the mind, I think.
Yeah, I'm not going to give away my age, but being in my 50s, that hike learned me a lot about myself that I didn't know. So.
Francois, nothing wrong with being in your 30s. You are in your prime. The 30s,
Well, I'm going to...
In fact, you know what? I pity people who are not in their 30s.
Why?
Anyway.
All right. Listen, Francois, tell us, if you had to say, we had to go and do a hike, the one that you'd recommend everybody must try once in their life, which one would it be?
Well, it depends on your fitness level, but after talking to you two, I would most definitely take you to Tugela Falls and let you guys do the famous chain ladder. So the first one is about, I think, 30 meters, and then the second one is about 20 meters. I just want to see your faces.
A chain ladder. So, okay, tell us about this, please.
Okay, so I don't know exactly the year, but I know when my mom was a child, she climbed up this chain ladder. So to get up to Tugela Falls, there's 2 routes you can take. Up the gully, and that's very, you climb like under 4 foot, if we can call it that. And then the chain ladder is like a normal ladder that's made out of change.
I don't know.
So
30 meters.
I don't know.
No, it's fun, but I mean, it's part of the experience.
Yeah.
And if you hike and wind, you hold onto the ladder for dear life. So, but it's fun. And then, you know what? For everyone, just the experience, I would say just hike in the Royal Drakensberg, if I can call it that. There's day hikes you can do. You can go into Tugela Gorge. You don't always have to be extremist like me and summit every peak and stuff. But just to experience it, there's a lot of day hikes you can do. I think each town, I've recently been to Clarence as well, standing on the famous Titanic rock you drive past just to get that view. But there's so many trails you can do. You don't have to have a day pack. I think it's just for me, it's just for everyone to experience the outdoors.
So we're at the tail end of our hike today with the episode recording, and I think let's wrap up with a few quick-fire questions. Chanel, shall you and I take turns asking?
Okay, let's do that.
Okay, cool. I'll kick it off. Are you ready, Francois? The first thought that comes in your head. All right. Okay, cool. Favorite hiking trail in South Africa?
Kiefbush Camp.
All right.
One item you won't leave without.
Lepais.
Okay.
Fire or gas stove?
Oh, here we go again.
Gas. You're not allowed to make fire in the Berg.
Okay, fine. I'll give you that.
Your dream destination?
Drakensberg, but I would say Cape Town.
Sunrise hike or sunset hike?
Yeah, that's difficult. Sunset.
Oh, man, I'm a sunrise guy. Sunrise is just filled with possibilities. It's a new day. And normally there's a bit more solitude with the sunrise, which I enjoy.
Well, if you want to stand in the cold early in the morning, that's up to you.
I'm in. I'm completely in.
Okay, let's talk snacks. Which one won't you go without?
My squish. I fell in love with it.
Yeah, I have a strange relationship with the squish at the moment. That's okay. Solo mission or group adventure?
I'm in between, but I would say group.
A skill every camper should have.
Map reading. You need to be able to read the map, see the contour lines and all of that.
Okay.
First thing you do when you reach the summit / destination.
Sit down. After a long hike, your legs is tired. Just have a breather, but
Uphill or downhill?
Downhill for me.
Really?
Yes, now I'm much faster on downhill. Uphill, no.
Yeah, but the thing is, downhill is normally when you go back and then you're more tired. But maybe that's just me. Maybe I need to do some more exercise.
Unless you're excited to have your mom's cooked meal on a Sunday afternoon when you get home.
Okay.
All right.
Last one. The journey or the summit? Which one is it for you?
The journey.
It's all about the journey.
There we go.
Yes.
It's the climb, Chanel. A wise lady once said that.
The uphill.
Did you just say Kelly Clarkson?
I did.
Miley Cyrus.
Wasn't it Kelly Clarkson?
It was Miley Cyrus. It's the climb.
My goodness.
It's
okay.
okay.
Cut.
No.
Thank you.
This is staying in the podcast.
Yeah.
If my garden route obsession stays in this podcast, then that stays in the podcast. Actually, what music do you take, like AirPods or headphones on your journey?
No. So, no. You need to be in your environment. I mean, you can't listen to music and there's a fire or a thunderstorm brewing in the background and you don't know about it. So that's something I leave at home.
Get all the outdoor gear and expert advice you need right here on the For Every Adventure podcast.
Francois, thanks a lot for having this chat with us. We'd like to maybe just run through a few products with you. We have mentioned a few as we've gone on with this conversation. And keep in mind, outdoorwarehouse.co.za. You can get everything there. Even better, your closest outdoor warehouse store. The experts in store will guide you to exactly what you need. Chanel, let's get into a few products. What stood out to you?
I just actually want to ask, Francois, do you ever use a hiking pole?
Yes, I'm still young and I do use tracking poles.
You are young.
Yes, you know what, it's not only for old people, but it's just to balance yourself out. I tend to look up in trees and to the mountains, so it keeps me stable on ground, but it also distributes your backpack weight.
Oh, okay. I would just use it sort of to feel stronger for in case there's a snake or something in my way.
Well,
self-defense.
Yeah.
Yes, but
Bit
you
of a
can
weapon.
use it, if there's spider webs, you can, like Harry Potter wand, take the spider webs off. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, or the
I'm
Lord of the
sold
Rings
on that.
spider. I've got a thing against spiders, Francois.
You don't.
Are there a lot of spiders on the trail? Maybe I'll just skip it then.
No, there's snakes.
Oh, that's fine. I'm fine with snakes. So get the hiking pole so you can, get more balance. Or if you're Chanel, you can hit the snakes with it. So
I want to chase them, not like kill them. Sorry.
you said what you said. Obviously, a good rain jacket is very important. Headlamps. I think headlamps is a very important thing to take with as well. Again, with the lights.
Yes, I would say minimum about 300 lumens, especially when it's not full moon and you have to evacuate or just properly see in the dark. I would say look for anything from 300 lumens and up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I must say that power bank that he charges.
So the ready.
Yeah.
I do enjoy the ready power banks.
Yes. But also the one that's got the solar charger. That's awesome.
Yes, for certain. I think the thing with hiking is you can't go too heavy. So it's really important, as we've mentioned in the episode, to really plan well what you're going to take with. And Francois, I think you've done it well to get the weight down. So you can't really take things like coolers with you and I know there's a certain water filter you can take with.
Yes, life straw.
Yes.
So especially now in winter with the water levels dropping and the rivers don't have that strong flow. I have a life straw in my backpack. You get the big one and a small one. I have both. That's a game changer for me.
So do you use it like all day long?
No. So just when you filter your water. So let's say I hike with a bladder because I know I drink a lot of water.
Okay.
So I normally carry about 1.5 liters of water. That equals to 1.5 kgs in your backpack. But even with a bottle, even if you put the water in your bottle, you screw on the filter on the bottle and you drink from there. So.
And what's the secret when it comes to water in the outdoors? You rather go for the flowing water, right? Instead of the still standing water.
Yeah, strong flowing water. You're not guaranteed always to have fresh, clean water. You never know if there's bacteria or small things in the river. So that's why I always have my filter with me for in case. You get purification tablets. A lot of people like them. A lot of people don't like the aftertaste that leaves in your mouth. So that's why I opt to have the life straw filter with me.
Awesome. I feel like we are properly prepped for a nice hike. And as always, we'll encourage the listener to go do that. Go to the outdoors and go to Outdoor Warehouse to make sure you're ready for the outdoors.
Well,
Thanks a lot, Francois.
Thank you. Now that you guys are ready, you can come hike with me.
Okay, it's a date. We'll set it up and then we'll not climb that ladder.
I'd love to see Kyle
I don't know.
Is that.
Is it like a loose ladder? Do you like when the wind blows? Are you flailing around? Do you know the bridge in Oudtshoorn, that really unstable long bridge that you walk over? I couldn't get over that thing.
No,
well, I did, but I wanted to scream all the way.
But is it a fear of heights or
I don't know what it is, but the person behind me was like
swinging
moving the swinging bridge, and I was just screaming.
Oh, please do that ladder.
I don't know. No.
It sounds lovely, and thanks so much, Francois, for all your advice. And you've really definitely inspired us to go on our next hike.
Definitely. Thanks, Francois.
It's a pleasure.
Thanks a lot for listening. This is For Every Adventure, brought to you by Outdoor Warehouse. Just a reminder, all the products we mentioned in this episode you can find at Outdoor Warehouse. Go to your nearest branch, or if it's more convenient, go to outdoorwarehouse.co.za.
And then you can give us a like and a follow on Apple and Spotify, or wherever you listen to this podcast.
Get all the outdoor gear and expert advice you need right here on the For Every Adventure podcast.